Super League basketball is levelling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Evie, back out to Nduku again for three. Victor Nduku! What a performance down the stretch!
Well, here he goes, Taylor, 5 seconds on the clock. Over two defenders, and count the bucket, Rayshawn Taylor. This is your moment.
Boardman Raffit with a steal at the other end. Out to Evie, and Evie, oh, knocks it down! It's a one-point game! Has space from three.
Oh, wow!
Boardman Raffit cannot be stopped! 33 points!
Well, they turned over here. Here's Taylor for a chance for 51 points. Rayshawn Taylor.
One ear throughout the other.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Vertu Motors Arena. As you can see, the players arriving for this tonight's match in the sunshine. Certainly no fog on the time tonight. And we're looking forward to a really good game. And alongside me, my co-commentator, Ron Blaine.
Yes, Jeff, we have a big game on our hands this evening between the Leicester Riders and your Newcastle Eagles. Playoff is approaching, Jeff, but right now we have to figure out who's
Okay, Rob, you've had a really good week, 2 excellent wins against Sheffield. Confidence must be high coming in here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, those 2 games were great. We played really good team basketball. The first one we controlled most of the way, and then the second one came right down to the end. So, yeah, with these guys, I'm so proud of the way they're giving the effort. You know, we got a lot of young guys out there, but you know, it's nice to see them improving. The difficulty for us is this is our 4th game in 7 days with a game on Sunday as well. So hopefully, you know, we're able to handle that because it's a challenge for anybody.
Tough game tonight, and you obviously got one more after this, and then but I think you're about ready for the playoffs?
Well, we'll see at the end of the weekend. You know, we have a short rotation, obviously, so we'll have to see where we're at. We still have no Tomoa Salaiman tonight. So, yeah, I think we'll have to regroup by the end of the weekend. But, yeah, tough game in here. You know, they're playing really fast, and, you know, they've had some really good performances, and always a real challenge to get a result here.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, ready to play. I think, you know, the last 2 Fridays haven't been what we'd wanted, what we'd hoped for. You know, I think we'd put large parts of performances together that were probably what we want, and then some areas where our execution, our discipline and execution wasn't great. So we've tried to emphasize that again this week, tried to freshen everybody up. It's been a rough week for us physically in terms of getting some consistency in practice, but you know, we're here Friday night and we've got to make sure that we're ready to compete. I think 2 teams fighting for their lives, so excited for a good competition.
Tough side, Leicester. Obviously, they've had 2 really good wins this week, but you're ready for them?
Yeah, I mean, I think every team in the league, you know, has got clear strengths. I think credit to, you know, Coach Rob and the staff there. They've had to find different ways how to play with a few of the roster adjustments. So, yeah, I think, you know, obviously Flynn Boardman Raffet's done something over the last 9, 10, 11 games for a British rookie that has just been sensational. So we know we've got to try and find ways to slow him down. And then if you do that, you've got to make sure, you know, not too much gravity goes towards him with Evie and Johnson. So we got our hands full. But I also think, you know, last time we saw them here, we played at a great pace. We shot the ball well, so fingers crossed, you know, some good memories from that game.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so we're going to have a look at what's coming up this weekend. And hopefully we'll get the fixtures up for you. So there's the fixtures, as we say. Caledonia Gladiators, Bristol Flyers is a big game tonight. That could have a real bearing on the last 8. And then Surrey play London on Saturday night. And then it all finishes on Sunday. Bristol playing Eagles. London, Leicester going to Cheshire. And the other game will be featuring Sheffield, I believe. So we're looking at the standings now, and yeah, there we go. There's the standings now. So it's positions 5 to 8 are the ones which are very much up for debate at the moment. They could finish as they are now, and they could be completely wrong the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, again, so much is at stake here tonight for all of those teams that are currently sitting between 5 and 8. And again, they just want nothing more but to put themselves in the perfect position to win a playoff title and to go through that playoff phase without taking a loss, really.
So we've got our players to watch tonight, and we're going to go start, Ron, with Rayshon Taylor of the Eagles.
Yeah, Rayshon Taylor, obviously somebody that can fill the stat sheet, has been doing that all season for the Eagles. He's a spark plug for this team. He's able to convert big buckets after big buckets when the time is necessary, and he just provides that sense of comfort for this group, I think, the most, Jeff.
Yeah, remember had that 51-point game, which was incredible earlier in the season. And he can score, he can get to the basket, but he's got his uncanny knack of hitting threes from absolutely anywhere and even off balance.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a part of his package. He's such a special player. And again, I think he's somebody that, if the Eagles were higher in the rankings, would probably be considered for an MVP type of contention. That's how much of a special talent he's been this year in the SLB. But needless to say, Eagles are 8th right now, and he just wants nothing more, I think, from having conversations with him than to win basketball games and lead his team to victory.
And of course, for Leicester Riders, their new captain, the British rookie who is averaging an incredible 23.4 points a game over the last 9 games, Flynn Boardman-Raphael.
I sure hope these highlights do come on, Jeff, because to see the specialty of what Flynn has been able to do these past 9 games is something that has been, I want to say, according to Dan Rutledge, never really been done before, especially from a rookie. But talking about Flynn, he's somebody that plays at a fantastic pace. The game comes and he slows the game down so well, and he goes at his speed, which has been working in his favor the vast majority of these 9 games. And more importantly, he's been given an opportunity, and he's thrived and flourished in that opportunity, being able to score on all 3 different levels and being able to just help his team win basketball games.
And although it's been a bad, hard situation for Leicester, what they've done well is they've promoted some British guys, obviously a young American from Loughborough, Mike Joyner as well. That's given these guys an opportunity to show they can play at a higher level. Yeah,
100%. I mean, and that's the best thing that you can do when you're in this situation. If you're Coach Pat Ostra and the Leicester Riders, is give those guys a chance and give those guys an opportunity and see what they do with it. And they've done nothing but thrive to that and pretty much just max that opportunity out. And they're doing a good job of winning basketball games. And hopefully that can lead to a win for them tonight.
Yeah. So we're looking at the Leicester starting 5 was Kedrian Johnson, Travis Evie, Aaron Menzies, Victor Nduku, and Flynn Boardman-Raphael, their captain. And they've got this new American, Xavier Bledson, coming from the bench, along with Tommy Akinsuku, Michael Joyner, and Seth Wiley. The Eagles will start with Rayshon Taylor, Dion Hammond, Cole Long, Mitch Clark, and Gus Okafor. And from the bench have Terrell Burden Jr., Josh Ward-Hibbert, the captain, Xavier Condé, and Emmanuel Canway. Probably a little bit more depth for Newcastle later on.
Yeah, people are starting to get healthy for this roster, which is exactly what they needed, especially during this time of the season. And they're starting to kind of gel a little bit. Obviously, coming off the 2 losses the past 2 Fridays here at home, this team wants nothing more than to get on the right track and find a way to get a win to head into the postseason.
Yeah, it would be a very unfortunate hat-trick to get of 3 defeats in a row. So we're about to go. It's Long versus Menzies. Long beats Menzies to the ball. Hammond touches it to Taylor, and we're off and running. Cole Long for three is no good. Looking for a foul, not given. Menzies takes the rebound. Travis Evie bringing it up. Victor Ndoku into Menzies. Menzies against Okafor. Menzies rolls it in off the glass and in the rim.
Yeah, and that's a good, easy finish for Aaron Menzies. Obviously, the biggest guy on the floor with the easy finish is not what you want if you're an Eagles fan, but good offense to start this game from Leicester.
Not just the biggest player on this court, the biggest player in the league, I would imagine.
As a foul comes.
Foul called in the paint. Foul is on Aaron Menzies on the arm, on Cole Long. Cole Long will go to the line to shoot two. Eagles looking to level it up.
And I like that take there, Jeff. Just trying to get the ball inside. Good pass there and feed from Rayshawn Taylor to Cole Long. And Cole Long being rewarded with 2 free throws from it.
And knocks the first one down. It's good with the second as well. Nothing but net, as Mr. Routledge would say. And we're off and back, and it's Travis Evie who will see a lot of the ball tonight, I would imagine, in the point guard position.
And Travis is somebody that's been playing very well, Jeff, as of late. Getting the opportunity with this offense to kind of just put the gas on the pedal a little bit more than he did in the early parts of the season.
Ball is inside the Menzies again. This time he's short. Hammond comes across and takes a great defensive rebound. He tries to attack. Good defense by Ndoku. But Mitch Clark, though, does get to the basket. And Leicester will be hoping, that the foul is on Ndoku, and it is. Would have been a very quick second one on Menzies otherwise. Mitch Clark will now go to the line.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Leicester Rider faithful are happy that foul was called on Ndoku instead of Menzies.
Yeah, you can clearly see it was on Menzies, just leaning in as Mitch Clark tried to go to the basket. Mitch Clark makes it 3 of 3 for the Eagles.
Love the pace that the Eagles are playing with to start this basketball game, though, Jeff. They're getting out early and looking for the ball to go inside.
Makes them both. Much more measured, slow approach from the Riders at the moment. Eagles swarming defense, not trying to block off the perimeter. Clark going with Boardman Raffay everywhere he goes, and he's fouled. Foul is on Mitch Clark as Boardman Raffay tried to go to the basket.
And we speak on the specialty of how good Flynn Boardman Raffay has been able to play these last 9 games, but you got to give credit to the offensive strategy of Coach Paternostra, putting Flynn in positions to thrive, which is what we have seen here early in this ball game, as well as he knocks down the first.
Knocks down the first, yep. Second one coming up. He's been going to the line an awful lot in these last few games as well. Attacking the rim really well. And he levels the game up at 4-all. Rayshawn Taylor brings it up. Kenny Johnson facing Taylor. Long coming out. Picks it up. Back to Taylor. Taylor backs away, fadeaway jump shot is no good. Boardman Raffay takes the rebound.
And great defense there by Johnson, forcing Rayshawn Taylor into that tough jump shot. As we see Edie taking advantage of the lack of defense from the Eagles and getting to his left hand.
And again, Aaron Menzies setting big screens in there as well, which helps Travis Evie as well. There's Mitch Clark going to the basket. Okafor takes a massive rebound. Can't get the shot over Menzies, which is not really a surprise, and Menzies knocks it away. Evie goes in deep. Comes back out and around. Creates his own space for the three-point shot, but can't make it. Cole Long takes the rebound. We expected a fast start from both teams. We've gotten a fast start from both teams. Taylor wraps it round. Okafor for three is just off, but the long rebound is picked up by Clark. Taylor now tries to work the three-point shot. He's short. Clark takes a rebound, which Clark seems to be everywhere at the moment. He has Hammond for a long three. That was also off. Mitch Clark yet again, another rebound. Flicks this one out. Okafor for three. Well, eventually the Eagles make one.
And that's a great possession there for the Eagles. Obviously, 2 or 3 offensive rebounds there by Mitch Clark, just being active and hungry for that basketball. And that's winning type of plays that's needed.
Kenny Johnson driving in is fouled. Foul is back on Cole Long. Substitution, first one of the game. Gus Okafor comes out. Manny Canway comes in. Has just noticed Gus Okafor, big bandage on that right arm.
Yeah, not sure what that injury or that bump and bruise exactly is, but whatever it is, hopefully Gus is all right to continue to compete tonight as he just knocked down his first three-pointer of the game. But bigger bodies coming in as Emmanuel Conway checks in again for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Menzies checks out as well for Riders. And Tomade Akinsiku is in. Kenny Johnson misses the first and gets the "you let your home team down" from the Eagles fan. Sets up the second, makes the second. 7-6. Eagles just in 7-7. I was going to say 6-7, but I don't want to. Taylor for three is short. Evie takes an easy rebound.
And a couple early attempts from Rayshon Taylor have not been able to fall. And you got to give credit to Johnson on playing good defense.
Akinsiku is going in hard and too hard. Rayshon Taylor stands tall and gets hammered inside the paint, and it's an offensive foul.
Yeah, I think Akinsiku is the youngest player on the floor right now for both teams. And kind of got a little bit out of hand there, got a little bit away from himself with the charge foul, but I love the aggressiveness, and I'm sure the Riders bench will love that as well, even though the charge was not in their favor.
Good pass inside by Taylor to find Canway, but Bowman Rafe steals it, and he's going to go all the way to the basket, and the travel is called.
Good job from Eagles there, getting back in transition, not fouling Boardman Rafe as he's driving down to the lane.
Boardman Rafe asking umpire Unsworth, how's that a travel? Unsworth said, go and ask Chris Curley, he called it. Eagles back on offense. Taylor crossover, driving hard against Evie. There's Clark, he's had a good start to the game, but that was short.
And I love the defense on the guard play from the guard position.
That's nice from Evie. But Hammond stood his ground though, made the shot difficult, and Evie missed it. Long for three is off as well. Both sides a little bit of a lid on the bucket at the moment. Akinsiku. Yeah, as I said, a bit of a lid on the basket. 1 of 7 Eagles are shooting at the moment for three-point range. That's going to be a foul on the Eagles. Terrell Burden comes on. Foul was on Manny Canway. Mitch Clark comes off. Good stint by Mitch Clark, particularly defensively. Johnson into Evie.
Oh, great defense there from the Eagles. Did you hear Coach Studel calling out the Spain action? But Evie has a different idea.
Wow, he not only has a different idea, he gets right around and Manny Conway fouls him as he comes over the top. Victor Nduku takes a seat and Xavier Bledson comes on. Gus Okafor has to come back on because that's the second foul on Manny Conway. Evie made the basket. He will go for the extra one.
And a bit of a stagnant game here early, Jeff, in this first quarter between these two teams. Obviously, they're very familiar with one another, but they're trying to feel each other out here early.
Evie makes the one, gives Leicester a 10-7 lead. Burden takes over the ball. He'll share it with Taylor. Eagles working around the perimeter. Burden trying to go in long. Hammond, that's a great drive. Whoa, what a block by Akinsiku. But a foul called. Interesting, the farthest referee away from the play calls the foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call, Jeff. I'm not really sure as we take another look at the replay. Good rip through and drive there by Hammond. And Akisiku is like, you're not having anything easy in my house this evening.
Looked pretty clean, but perhaps just bumped him on the side.
But that's the energy and effort that Coach Paternoster was speaking to you about pregame and why he's so proud of this team. They have this willingness to just fight and just scrap and make this game as ugly as possible, all with the mindset of getting themselves the best shot to win the game.
Hammond misses the first. Both coaches already having conversations with the referee. Hammond makes the second. Akinsiku, who obviously picks up his second foul. Victor Nduku back on court. As Evie brings it over the halfway line. Faced by Taylor. Johnson cutting. Evie goes round the long way. Gives it to Bledsoe. Cole Long gets a good hand in. Deflects away. Bledsoe obviously just came in this month for Leicester. Packed schedule. He's played a few games. Seems to be settling in. Good game on Tuesday against Sheffield. He got 15 points against Sheffield on Tuesday. Evie going again. Can't make it this time, but good hand out. Kenny Johnson picks it up and he's able to roll it in with his left hand.
And that's a good finish there from Johnson. Obviously, Ndoku with the stat that won't probably show up on the actual box score with the tip out, but providing extra possessions here for the Riders.
Taylor looked as if he was going to shoot the three, decided against it. Johnson playing tough defense here, as is Nduku. Gus Okafor's three-point shot is well short. Johnson will shoot the three, and he also is short.
But I love the defensive intensity here by Johnson here early.
Joshua Hibbert obviously has come on as well for the Eagles. Place of Cole Long. And there's Rashawn Taylor knocking down the three.
And that's a good first bucket there from Rashawn, getting himself going. Obviously missing his first couple shots to start this game.
Boardman Raffay once again. Both teams in the penalty, so that'll be 2 shots to Boardman Raffay, who looks as if he's hurt his fingers. Rashawn Taylor comes out. Mitch Clark comes back in. Evie comes out.
And
Mike Joyner comes in, yeah. Guy you know pretty well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You caught me right at the same time. Obviously, Mike Joyner stepping into the game. Happy to see him on the floor here for the Riders, a former Loughborough BCB player that I'm well accustomed to knowing and well deserving of the opportunity to perform here this evening.
Boardman Raffay makes them both. Leicester up by 3 at 14-11. Not the score fest, but intense from both ends. Okafor, nice work by Gus Okafor to get the isolation and then get to the basket and lay it in for 2. Johnson to reply. Boardman Raffy on Burden. He's going to take him, I think, all day long. Up and too strong, but a great rebound by Bledson, and then another good rebound by Nduku, and then Burden is faked out by Boardman Raffy. His second foul as well.
And just like that, Flynn's right back at that free throw line where he is perfect on this evening.
Already been there 4 times. This will be his 5th and 6th visit in only 7 minutes and 54 seconds. Terrell Burden having to come out. Sauvé can be coming in. I think the Eagles going to seem to throw a lot of different bodies at Boardman Raffy.
And I think that's the smartest way to be able to defend him. You don't want him to get too comfortable with one defender.
And he's missed one.
Might have jinxed him, Jeff.
Commentator's curse, as they say. And this is a pair. 4-6 now. Suspect they won't be the last 6 he shoots from the line either. Rich Clark handling the ball now for the Eagles with both Taylor and Burden on the bench. Okafor once again drives inside hard, but his shot hits the underside of the basket, and it's Boardman Raffy that comes away with it once again. Here's Bledson, works it round. Joyner for 3 is no good. Long takes the rebound.
That's a good look from Joyner. Wide open shot, good offensive creation there from Bledson.
Offensive foul called on Cole Long. That's also his second foul, and he takes a seat on the bench, and Rayshon Taylor comes in. Eagles with 3 players on 2 fouls already.
Yeah, and the rest of the Riders have done a good job of just putting pressure on the rim, and a mixture of that is the Eagles' lackadaisicalness on the defensive end, and a couple of those fouls were pretty careless. So let's see if they can sharpen up here to finish this first quarter.
Johnson and Duku. Johnson again. One with Okafor, drives, turns. Travel is called. Little look at the Leicester bench. All 3 coaches, Maynard, Pablo and Rob Panos, are hands on heads.
They're probably questioning that same call, Jeff.
Taylor, Clark, here's Ward Hibbert. Yet to get into the game, really. Can be looking for a pass. Nice pass from Taylor. Oh, great rebound by Gus Okafor. Flew in there. The reverse layup is good. Excellent play. Excellent awareness from Gus Okafor.
And with Menzies going out for Leicester Riders, that's going to be an opportunity for the Newcastle Eagles to get more offensive rebounds. But what a finish there, and an easy one at that for Xavier Bledson.
Yeah, great pass from Kenny Johnson. Must be frustrating for the coach when you get a score like Okafor does and then you just give one away almost at the other end.
Oh, 100%. But you got to move on. 13 seconds left on the game clock.
Well, Kenny Johnson thought the foul was on him and was quite happy to accept it, probably because he's on no fouls, but referee has called it on Victor Nduku, and he's now got a warning. I'm not surprised. Did hear what he said to the referee. Wasn't happy with the call.
Yeah, he kind of voiced his opinion there a little bit too loud, and the refs kind of took a bit of disinterest to that with the warning.
He's given a warning, but he's still getting a talking to. Mitch Clark comes out. Dion Hammond comes in. Rayshon Taylor waiting patiently to go to the line. I'm not sure how much more this referee is going to allow Victor Nduku to talk to him.
No, I think he's talking to a different ref now, which is a bit calculated and smart by Victor. But he just wants some clarity. You can tell. He just wants a little bit of clarity.
So need some clarification from the table. Well, is he signaled 3 shots?
I think
the foul was outside the line, or?
I think he basically didn't count that first free throw that was taken and signaled 2 more shots. But I did see a 3 go up, Jeff, so maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Well, no, he's only got 1 finger in the air now, so. No, I think what he meant was 3 was on the line, Rayshon Taylor's number. Still to shoot 2. Johnson is going to go all the way. Great block by Dion Hammond. But Bledson recovered it well, but the time expired before they had a chance to put the ball in. And Eagles just shaded it 17-16.
And a great first quarter, back and forth first quarter for both of these teams, but very highly contested between these teams. You can tell that a lot is to play for this evening.
Yeah, 17-16 as we have it at the moment. Travis Evie with 5 points. Yeah, so you can see there the Eagles down 4 of 17, 24%. That's really low. But Leicester 0 from 3 from 3-point range. Yeah, we've had 13 3-point shots and 2 made. At least the free throws are looking a bit healthy, Ron.
Yeah, I think so. I think the free throws are working in the favor of the Newcastle Eagles right now over the Leicester Riders, obviously just by a couple. But I think what stands out to me the most is the 10 attempts from 3 from the Eagles. They're letting it fly here early and kind of have it in their DNA where this evening they want to knock down 3-point shots. But Leicester hasn't caught on fire either yet, so we're in for an interesting second quarter.
Yeah, and at least they're getting shots off. I mean, 17 shots is not bad, but we've got to go make a bit of. We were looking at some stats before the game. The last time the Riders were here, they lost 98-85. Of that 85 points, 62 were scored by 6 players who are not here tonight. Yeah. That's incredible, isn't it? It was only 4 months ago as well.
It's honestly, it's astonishing to see the change of the roster for this Leicester Riders team, obviously bearing the news of the import situation and other situations that don't necessarily need to be discussed on there, but this team has been able to find a way to win games without that, and you have to give credit to them for that, being able to fight with this roster and being able to compete night in and night out.
Leicester with Joyner, Bledson, Menzies, Evie and Boardman Raffay. Eagles will answer with Taylor, Okafor, Hammond, Kande and Ward Hibbert. I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, Ron. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
I was just going to say, Aaron Menzies reminds me of a Dothraki warrior. If you ever watch it, you'll know what I mean.
Yeah, I might have to Google that later. But I can see the warrior in him by just the look, so I kind of got an idea of what you're alluding to.
So we're back underway with Leicester. Evie inside and Bledson inside to Menzies. Menzies coughs it up to Kande. Taylor to Kande. Kande back. Taylor thought about the 3 and he's going to drive to the basket. Flicks it out to Okafor in the corner. Oh, that would have been a pretty play, but just rimmed out.
But I love that look for the Eagles, sharing the ball, getting a paint touch in between there.
Bledson looked hesitant all the way to the basket there. Not surprisingly, missed his floater. Okafor turned down the 3 twice there, I would say. Taylor again right into the corner. Kande cuts inside Boardman Raffay. Lovely pass off to Okafor, but Okafor can't make the chippy. Menzies again coming up with the rebound.
It's a good setup there.
Boardman Raffay in off the glass for 2. Puts Leicester back up by a point. Taylor and Okafor working it. Candy getting extended minutes at the moment. Ward-Hibbert sets the screen on Evie. Taylor shoots the three. And another one goes a-begging.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Suter will be pretty happy with that shot. I think you can get that shot at any point if you're Rayshawn Taylor. And that's exactly why.
Travis Evie, not only Travis Evie knocks the three down, and I think you made a great point, Ron, because Mark Stuttle's immediately called a timeout and looks absolutely furious as he walks away.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on his face when Rayshawn Taylor shot that shot, not because Rayshawn's not capable of shooting that shot, but more so because of the timing of it and the shot clock that was remaining, or the time on the shot clock that was remaining. And as you see here, we're taking a look at the highlights. Leicester just taking their time, figuring out which mismatch they want to go towards and basically exploiting that.
Evie with the assist to Boardman Rafier, and then knocks down a three himself. 5 points unanswered, and it's a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and it's a good start to the quarter there for the Leicester Riders, but that's what the timeout's for, to kind of resettle the troops here, get the set and the call from Coach Stuttle, and hopefully see that kind of transfer into fruition for them and get a basket.
I did mention to you the last couple of weeks, the Eagles had started really, really quickly and established big leads in both those games. Wondered if that would happen tonight, but obviously Coach Paternoster looked at that and found a way to slow them down.
Yeah, and there's two sides to look at that, Jeff. Obviously, you want to tip your cap to Coach Paternoster slowing this high-paced Eagles team down a little bit in this first half. But the other side to look at it is, if you're an Eagles fan, maybe you don't want a fast start. Maybe you want them to kind of pace themselves a little bit more than they have in recent weeks, if that means coming away with a victory at the end of the night. As we've seen the last 2 weeks, they haven't been able to do that.
As we all say, basketball is a game of stats. You can have stats for this and stats for that, but at the end of the day, the only stat that counts is the score after 40 minutes.
100%.
Josh Ward-Hibbert turns the corner against Bledson, gives it back out to Hammond. Hammond up for three is no good. Candy gets a great hand on that ball there, but again, Ward-Hibbert is unable to finish under the basket. Menzies is changing so many shots at the moment. Evie trying to play a bit fancy, Ward-Hibbert.
And that's what Josh does best. Obviously, unfortunately, not coming away with that basket after that offensive rebound, but the ability to just let that go and pick up on the defensive end is exactly why he's so useful in this team.
Yeah, Joyner goes in hard to the basket. He's up in the air. Can't make the layup, but a foul is called on Sauvé Candy, so Mike Joyner will go to the line to shoot two. Good elevation, I thought, as well on that shot.
100%. Mike is somebody that is very, very athletic. And again, he plays the right way. Seeing his defender hard close out, being able to attack that defender's hip, and now he's going to the free throw line, hopefully to knock down 2 free throws for the Riders. But great move there from Mike Joyner.
Misses the first, though. Fourth miss from the line tonight by the Riders. But he makes the second. Just makes it a 5-point lead. 7:39 to go as Taylor brings the ball over the timeline. Mitch Clark. Familiar Eagles run. Players in and out of the key. Flicking around. Ward-Hibbert for three is off. Bournemouth to come a long way. Evie needs to get it over the line. Does do. Joyner did well there to get it round to Evie, and Evie was aware of the clock.
Good defense there from Mitch Clark.
Bledson for three is no good. Great pass out by Mitch Clark, but a great run out by Josh Ward-Hibbert.
And that's what the Eagles got to do. They got to start turning these defensive possessions into offense. We already know they're one of the best fast break teams in the league when they get stops, but unfortunately haven't been able to get a multitude of those in this first half.
Again, substitution from the Eagles. Taylor comes out, Burden comes in. Stuttle having to rotate these guards because they're both on. Ball is inbounded. Yeah, really good bucket there from Josh Ward-Hibbert. His awareness to get out on the run. Boardman Raffay's hit hard, but nothing called. Clark, nice pass to Burden. Burden just can't handle it. Head injury. We will stop the game. Boardman Raffay taking one on the side of the head. Has to come out of the game. Kenny Johnson comes back in. 2 outstanding seasons for Bristol. A couple of years back. This is the incident here. Just a little bump, really. It was completely accidental.
Yeah, and Johnson's no stranger to the Eagles. Obviously meeting up with them in the finals last year for the Bristol Flyers. He's put together a few good performances, and Josh Ward-Hibbert with a great steal.
Yeah, great steal. And again, great run out by the Eagles. Burden finding Clark, and this time it's Paternostra who calls for the timeout as the Eagles cut the gap to 21-22 with 6:06 to go in the first half. Yeah, great hands there by Josh Ward-Hibbert on Bledson. Burden was there to pick it up, and a nice little bounce pass to Clark, who finishes well. Good all-round team basketball by the Eagles.
100%, and it's so good and encouraging to see Josh Ward-Hibbert getting back into his normal self. Obviously, he's one of the best on-ball defenders and just flat-out defenders in the league when healthy. So seeing him get back and be able to contribute to this squad is very encouraging.
Just having a look at the leading scorers. Yeah, Gus Okafor leads away with the Eagles, 7, Taylor 5, Clark 4, and unsurprisingly, Travis Evie with 8, Flynn Boardman Raffay with 6. They're leading away for Leicester, Katie Johnson with 3. Shooting percentages don't look too good though.
They don't, but that brings up a very good point, Jeff. Which team do you think, if the game stays at this pace and this type of flow, who does it lean towards the most between the Riders and the Eagles?
Well, I would say the Eagles, but they have to finish as well.
Yeah.
You know, because they're going to get more shots at this pace. If they start upping their percentages, Leicester could be in a bit of trouble. What Leicester obviously hoping for is that the defense holds strong and they keep making the shots hard.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's Leicester to get us underway. Bledson into Johnson. Boardman Raffay looked all right on the sideline, but he hasn't come back in as yet.
And I like the extended pressure there by the Eagles out of that timeout, just to waste some time on that shot clock.
Evie absolutely caught by Okafor, and Burden had to throw the ball away. Ward-Hibbert was able to pick it up. Brilliant defense on the Eagles. Gustav Okafor maybe should have shot that one, not sure.
Burden I love the patience. I love the patience.
He's going to go hard now, pushes it out in the corner. Ward-Hibbert for 3 is short though. Evie comes away with it. Menzies goes inside. Not a hard target to find, to be perfectly honest. And glaze it in for 2.
And that's where Leicester has the advantage there, Jeff. Sorry to cut you off. That's exactly where Leicester has the advantage, is on the inside. And a good job of Leicester figuring out where Menzies was in that situation and giving him the ball in the post.
We used to always say when I coached junior basketball, the one thing you can't teach is size.
You can't, not at all. Whether it works in your favor or it doesn't, you can't teach it.
I was watching a 5'2" point guard playing this afternoon in high school. Unbelievable player.
I don't know if this is a true fact, but we might have the smallest player on the floor in the league with Terrell Burden.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Alongside the tallest player on the floor for Aaron Menzies and the Leicester Riders, though. Contradicting styles, to say the least.
Yeah, we need to see that matchup and see whether Burden goes through his legs.
Oh, I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
So, Eagles making another substitution. Couple of baskets gone either side. Leicester leading by 26-23, 4:27 to go. Josh Ward-Hibbert it is that comes out. Good stint from Josh Ward-Hibbert. Clark inbounds to Burden. Stuttle calls the horns play. Okafor and Canway the horns. Clark using Canway's airball from Canway. Clark used Canway really well and then found him with a nice pass. Canway's push jumper was no good. Yes, Bledson on Clark. Clark stands very, very tall, doesn't he?
Love that.
Great defender.
Love that defensive mindset there from Mitch Clark. Obviously undersized in the post there against
Bledson.
But being able to just hold his own ground, phenomenal.
He doesn't care how many fouls he's on, whether he's on 1 or 4, he plays hard and plays the same way.
And that's what you have to love as a coach.
Hammond is short, Memsies picks up the rebound, Bledson brings them all up. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass. It's going to be a foul on Terrell Burden on the floor. It's his third. Yeah, Ron, you're absolutely right. His third foul. He'll take a seat. He's just walked past Aaron Menzies, actually. Just about reaches his elbows. He has to sit, though.
Yeah, and that's just the lackadaisicalness I was speaking on early. You would like to see the Eagles do a bit better job of kind of just being more focused on those cuts. That's an easy UCLA screen to detect.
Yeah, Evie found Bledson inside, but he was fouled before he could get the shot off. Menzies. The shot is up and miles wide.
And we have Coach Stuttle here, obviously begging and pleading for a offensive 3 seconds. But his defense had other things in mind. They said, we'll take care of it, Coach, don't you worry.
Yeah, and they did. 20-26, the score in the quarter is 10-6 to Leicester. So again, Leicester managing to close the Eagles down, although to be fair, both sides are closing each other down. Hammond 4-2 is off again. Dion Hammond not found his shooting boots yet. Wow, what a run by Kenny Johnson. And I think it's going to be a block on Mitch Clark.
And that's unfortunate there for Mitch Clark. He put himself in a decent position, but Keedy Johnson.
He going at pace, wasn't he, Ron?
Yeah, he was. Not so easy to stop in transition. A good job by him of finding a little bit of room to creep through in order to create that foul.
Mitch Clark comes out. Watervit is back in. 2 shots to Keedy Johnson. Johnson makes the first.
Let's do it again, loud and proud. Make some noise.
And makes the second as well. Now up to 7 points personal, Keedy Johnson.
We'd like to see a good offense here from the Eagles. They haven't seen the ball go through the rim in a while.
And not. Okafor for 3 is too strong again. That's a heck of a rebound there by Dion Hammond. Heck of a rebound. And is fouled as he comes down.
What's even more impressive about that rebound was it was off Vert. As we take another look right here, Joshua Hibbert doing a good job not turning the ball over, getting the open shot for Gus. But as we see here, Hammond just soars in.
Trying to decide who the foul is on. I'm not sure what happens. I mean, referee sees something, blows a whistle, and then goes and consults with the referee. So what have we got here then?
An unsportsman has been called on Hammond.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike foul call on Dion Hammond. Well, that's a surprise to us, and I think it's a surprise to Mark Stuttle as well. So, unsportsmanlike foul call on Dion Hammond. So, Travis Evie gets the easy one from the line. I think Mark Stuttle's about to get a warning as well. He might not even get a warning. Roberto Farr steps in very nicely there.
Yeah, the frustration is starting to brew on the Eagles sideline at that previous call, as conversations are still being had with coaches and assistant coaches regarding that previous call. As we take another look here.
So the ball goes out to Taylor. Taylor shoots the three. Hammond comes across, takes the rebound, is fouled, and then, well, he just... I think it's just in the follow-through. I don't think...
Yeah, I don't think anything was malicious in that at all to warrant a unsportsmanlike, but never.
When the foul was called, I thought the foul was on the Leicester player, on Evie, but obviously it wasn't.
And Leicester are slowly
Manny Canway
building
comes off, Cole Long comes on. Riders with the unsportsmanlike have gotten the 2 points from the line, and now Evie puts up a long three, can't make it. And another foul is called on the Eagles. Akinsiku had come on, he got the rebound, and as he tried to pull it in, the ball went to Bledson, and Bledson apparently was fouled by Ward Hibbert.
Yeah, but Jeff, as much as we want to complain and be upset about that call, it starts here with Tome's offensive rebound. If that offensive rebound doesn't happen, Bledson's not allowed the opportunity to go to the free throw line.
Absolutely. So yeah, you can complain about calls, but if you don't do your jobs, you're giving referees options to make them calls. Do your job first, and it doesn't happen. Bledson missed the first, but makes the second, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point gap.
And the Eagles have not been able to put the ball in the basket in a good amount of time. Got to give credit to the Leicester Riders.
Ward Hibbert going in hard, and he is fouled this time. Didn't make the layup. The foul is on 77, Boardman Raffet. That's his first foul. Ward Hibbert will get 2 shots from the line. A little bit untidy at the moment, Ron.
Just a little bit. The flow has kind of been taken out of the game, but it's been a low-scoring game to start. Both teams, again, are very, very familiar with each other, and they're bringing their defensive mindsets to this basketball game.
Yeah, I think both coaches will be happy with their defense, but that's why the offense is struggling. Ward Hibbert, though, makes both. Gets the Eagles back within 6. Evie, who already has 10 points and 4 rebounds, 2 assists, putting up useful numbers. Baiting Cole Long because he knows Long's on 2 fouls, but the Eagles managed to deflect the pass that was meant for Johnson in the corner.
77, help cycles.
Stewart calling out Bowman Raffet's number. Great defense once again by the Eagles, giving Bowman Raffet nowhere to go.
And I love Josh Ward Hibbert's activity. He's almost up to 2 or 3 steals at this point in this game. His contribution on the defensive end has been very vital in this first half. But it's a minute 49, and closing quarters is very key in this league.
2 seconds on the shot clock, so Bowman Raffet had to put it up. He missed it. Taylor takes the rebound, drops it off to Okafor. Eagles with plenty of 3-point shooters on the court right now. In fact, every one of them can shoot the 3, but Long instead drives inside. Great drive inside by Cole Long.
And that's good from Cole Long, not to settle in that situation, Jeff. Obviously, the 3s have not been falling for this group here in this first half. But knowing that, that's a great decision.
Bowman Raffet, he's going to drive right in the middle of the key. He can't get his shot to drop though. Ward Hibbert picks up the rebound. Johnson faced him up well. Okafor Didn't quite find Hammond. Hammond moved just a little bit before the pass. Of course, Cole Long's going to play in the CEBL in Canada for Niagara, where the assistant coach of Leicester, Pablo Vasquez, is actually going to be Kimball McKenzie's assistant coach for Niagara as well. So I saw them having a long conversation before the game. That Canadian league seems a good league to go and play in.
It is. It's a very good league in the summer times, and it's a cool little Newcastle-Leicester link-up.
Johnson, how tough was he there? But he couldn't make the shot. I can think he makes both offensive rebounds. Can't, wow. Well, you have to credit Leicester there for fantastic work on the offensive glass.
And I'll tell you what, just from personal knowledge, Akinsiku is somebody that is tough to keep off the boards. If you don't have him in your scout report, get to know him as this playoff approaches. He's the youngest on the floor, but that has no bearing on how much impact he can have with the minutes.
Yeah, he certainly went after the offensive boards. They missed the first two, but Johnson helped him out. He got the offensive rebound and he got the putback, as was fouled.
And again, that's what you want from your team, Coach Paternoster. Just give yourself a chance. Just fight and have that wherewithal to be able to give us more possessions. And that's exactly what the Leicester Riders just did on that previous possession.
Second foul on Hammond. Drops the ball off in offense to Taylor. Hammond comes off the screen, makes a long two. And I think Rob Paternoster has called a timeout. Yes, he has. 16.5 seconds to go. Leicester Riders call their second timeout. Leading by Chris, we've been talking a lot about the playoffs, and here's how to get your tickets for the playoff final at the O2 in London on Sunday the 17th of May. You go to get your tickets now. You go to www.axs.com. axs.com is the way to get your tickets for the Super League Basketball Playoff Final at the O2 London on Sunday the 17th of May 2026. Remember, Leicester Riders won the playoff final last year.
Yeah, and a very good team they had building all year for that playoff final, where they went and took down the, I'm not mistaken, the Newcastle Eagles last year in the playoff final, correct? Yeah, the Leicester Riders took down the Newcastle Eagles last year, so this is a rematch of the playoff final.
Yeah, and obviously the Eagles took down London in the semi-finals, which was one home and away. It was very, very emotional. I remember Mark Steele running around the court like a 5-year-old kid. It was unbelievable scenes.
Yeah, you would have thought it was Christmas here in the Northeast that day.
So it went into the last play of the half. Leicester looking for a decent shot. But that's a great steal though by Okafor, and he will slam it home right on the buzzer. Great momentum for the Eagles to take into the break, and it cuts the gap to 31-34. Leicester were looking for the good shot to finish the half. Okafor came up with a big steal, ran it back down and slammed it home, and it's 31-34 at the half.
And a great way to close the half if you're Newcastle Eagles. Just something to take away and a bit of momentum to take away going into the second half. But again, this is a low-scoring defensive battle between two good coach teams. So we'll see which team is able to make the proper adjustments and come out on top in that second half.
Yeah, we will be looking forward to the second half. And there's Rob Paternoster coming off. Leicester players having a good chat as they come off. No problem. So lots of people out. Hoops for Health finals about to start here in the Vertu Arena. Paternoster looking quite calm and cool as he walks off with Pablo Vasquez, chatting away, carrying the boards. And here's your halftime stats. Eagles have got up their percentages, but the three-point percentage is not looking good on either side, is it?
Yeah, I think that's the big telltale of this game. Neither team has been able to kind of find their feet offensively, which is why it's made for a defensive masterclass from both teams. But again, this is a game that can go either way, and the Leicester Riders are in control right now. I think purely to the fact of the effort on the defensive end, and especially with the rebounds.
Absolutely, Ron. And we're going to go now to the halftime show. We will come back to you after the halftime show with some stats and some highlights. So enjoy the halftime show, and we're going to take a break.
We are Vertu. We have over many years built a nationwide network of local dealerships with a choice of amazing cars from the world's leading manufacturers, all cared for by our highly skilled technicians. For customers who continue to praise us to friends and family alike. Because we are Vertu.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Australia and played all my juniors out there, and played at Perry Lakes in the NBL 1 West competition. Played there for 6 or 7 years and sort of worked my way up through the ranks and ended up on a development player gig at the Perth Wildcats in the NBL, which was an awesome experience, and then wrapped up and I had the opportunity to come out here and play at Reading, which was awesome. When I signed with Reading, the first thing I told them was my goal was to make it up a league to the BBL at the time, SLB now. And obviously there was a great example with guys like Aaron Rye and Taylor Johnson in the immediate sort of season before me, that they had a great year and were able to make the jump and do it really well. So, you know, I'm not sure that I'll have the same impact as them. Hopefully I do, but you know, they've sort of set a bit of a pathway for the jump between the leagues now, which is really great. The Cup was awesome. I think it's a great opportunity for those BCB teams to be able to play against the best in the country, and you know, it was competitive hit out. It was one quarter of basketball that Sheffield really showed their class, and blew the lead out, and it was good from us at Reading to be able to fight back and not give up on that game and let the lead blow out. And we managed to get the starters to sub back into the game to finish off the game and that sort of thing, which was really good for us to have that sort of resilience to bounce back and keep fighting. And I guess from my perspective, it was great to sort of see the quality of the league, the level of physicality, pace and size, and the quality of the imports. It's just that jump up and a bit more polished and more professional, I guess. Yeah, when the opportunity came up with Mark, it was it was a no-brainer really. When I spoke to him and what they had done or what they were doing last season with the EMBL and winning the trophy and just sort of seeing the vibe around the club and the supporters at games and things like that, it was just a perfect storm really when he showed interest, and it was an opportunity that I could pass down. Yeah, I mean, I've got a great relationship with those Reading fans and the club itself. Like, they've been nothing but supportive of the step up, and I loved playing at Loddon Valley in front of them, and hopefully they can follow along a little bit, but I'm sure they'll be cheering on Reading this season, and they've got plenty of other basketball to focus on, so they're pretty passionate and they love the club, and it's a fun place to play. So it was a great opportunity to be there, and lots of love for that club.
I've never been to America. This is my first time, so it's not too much of a culture shock, honestly. It's been a pretty good transition, and I'm very thankful for that. It's going smooth. I've really been liking the transition. You know what I'm saying? It's been a vibe out here, and I really like getting used to it. So it's a pretty cool city for sure. Coach Mark talked to me for sure. I feel like I was the right person for the position I'll be playing. And then obviously getting to England, I know it's a good culture over here. They love basketball as well, so I just feel like I was a good fit for the team. I'm gonna continue to stack those days and get to that point. He expected a lot from me, if I'm being quite honest. We like this sometimes, but that's my guy, and I like the way that he's coaching, and he expected a lot from me, and I wouldn't want anything less. So I'm gonna continue to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rookie guard, but he gonna hold me accountable like I've been there 10 years. So I'm grateful. Both of them, they've been in my ear. They some good guys for sure. I'm very grateful to have those type of people that are experienced and they want to give back to somebody that's younger than them. You don't always get experiences like that, so I'm grateful for that. And you definitely, you want to learn from those guys. They taught me little small rules that we got here that we don't have back home, just about even inbounding the ball, calling timeout, stuff like that. That matters to a point guard, and they understand that, and that's why I'm very thankful to have those guys on the team. I'm definitely an exciting player. I won't sugarcoat it. I get on the court, I'm shooting step back threes, and I'm getting to the rack. Get to rim from time to time. A good scorer. But I think what doesn't show up on that is just my passion and the love I have for the game and how I play. And that might come with the leadership role I play. It might come with just the intensity I feel like I bring all the time. So that might be something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but we still gonna get those highlight plays and stuff like that. I'm definitely that type of player for sure. I think we can be really good. We have guys that play hard, love the game, play the right way, and just like I said, we play at that intensity. So I feel like we hang our hat on the defensive end, we'll definitely be one of the top teams. And I'm not scared to say it, as it is what it is. Honestly, I just want to win. Like, I know that's a cliche answer, but who doesn't want to win? You know what I'm saying? I want to go out there, I want to perform on a personal level, but all in all, if I take care of that, I know we'll be one of the top teams, and that's the main goal. And win championships, you know, I'm not too familiar on all the formats and stuff, but I'm gonna find it out as we go. I'm a wing it type of person, so I'm gonna get out there, play as hard as I can, and try to win every day.
Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
A very warm welcome back to the hottest ticket in Toon. Leicester Riders visiting the Vertu Arena to take on the Newcastle Eagles, and the half-time score with the Riders up by 34-31. It could have been worse for the Eagles, but that steal on half-time by Gus Okafor and Slam made a difference.
Yeah, I think it definitely did. I think the Eagles kind of have a bit of momentum going into this second half. Obviously, the last 5 points in their favor helps in that case, but it's a low-scoring game. This game could go either way. Both teams are doing their job on the defensive end. But, Jeff, let's see which offense comes to life.
Yeah, and just looking at the score up there, the Caledonia Gladiators 46, Bristol Flyers 51, a close one up there in Scotland. And of course the Bristol Flyers in front at the moment, which means that really the Eagles need to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's do or die time for both of these clubs. But I think the Eagles have more at stake right now than the Leicester Riders do in that sense, because the Riders obviously have another game on Sunday to further this one, or to piggyback this one, but Eagles win could put them in a very good position for the playoffs.
We're having a look at some of the first half highlights. A cynic amongst us might say there wasn't many highlights in that first half, but obviously Travis Ely with a couple of threes, and Mitch Clark with a three, but the three-point shooting has been pretty poor, to be honest. This is with Josh Ward-Hibbert making a great run and then a great steal. Great to see Josh Ward-Hibbert back, isn't it? Looking fitter with every week, and defensively wise. Yeah, he's got tonight he's got 6 points, 2 rebounds and 2 steals in 30 minutes.
And that's exactly what I was looking for, Jeff. I wasn't worried about the points, wasn't worried about anything else but the defense side of the floor. And those 2 steals could have easily been 3 or 4 if a couple of deflections didn't went in his favor. And you got to tip your hat to him. Such a hard-working player that can get it done on both ends. And again, it's just a refreshing sight for this group to have him back on the floor.
And I think it's just, you talk about Eagles' defense needing to be better, and he makes everybody's defense better, doesn't he, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the biggest reasons of why this team won a title last year, and to be able to kind of push that forward onto this group this year. It hasn't been always easy. Obviously, dealt with some injuries and a bit of adversity this season, but he is one of the most selfless guys on that group that can help get this team in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron, absolutely. And interestingly, we were just talking as well off air there about Boardman Raffet, 1 of 6 only. He's got 6 points, 4 from the line, and Eagles have done a really good job on him at the moment.
Eagles have done a great job on Flynn. Obviously, coming into this game, he was probably the biggest focal point for Coach Studel and his scout, as I heard him speak pregame. But some of those shots just didn't work in Flynn's favor, but they were good looks. And if you're Coach Paternoster, you're encouraging him to continue to take those good looks, and good things will happen.
And we're off and run the second half. Eagles the first possession. Nice lob in. Oh, that would have been a good play, but it just for a great pass from Rayshawn Taylor, but Dion Hammond just couldn't finish at the hoop. Story of the first half's continuing in the second half.
I think there's a lid on the basket here, Jeff, here early, or here throughout the course of this game, actually.
Kenny Johnson finds that lid still not open at the other end. Okafor shakes and bakes. Boardman Raffay doesn't fall for it. Backs in there, back out to Cole Long. Thought about the three, but he had the man mountain in front of him, Aaron Menzies. And yet again, comes up dry from on offense. Mark Stuttle screaming for a foul. We've played a full minute, nobody scored as yet. Evie comes inside on Hammond. Hammond, great defense. Evie though, sticking with it, gets it back out, and Duku for three is well off on the buzzer.
And that's a good possession there by the Eagles. A couple of different people having to step in and help their teammate out. Good pass.
The extra pass from Okafor to Hammond was perfect as well. Hammond in the corner, 4-3, knocks it down, and we're off and running, and a level ball game.
Eagles doing a good job of keeping Evie on his weak hand, not let him get to his strong hand.
Boardman Raffay into Menzies. Menzies kicks it out to Johnson, and Johnson makes the three in the corner and gives it to the Eagles bench.
And a good pass there by Menzies. Obviously had the smaller Mitch Clark on him before the double came with Okafor. But the awareness to make that pass to Johnson, who was able to cash it in, was very key.
Okafor going lovely spin. That's going to be a foul. The foul will be on Kenny Johnson. Okafor in the mood of shooting, so it'll be 2 free throws for Gus Okafor. He's got 9 points personal, but it's his first visit to the free throw line tonight. Feels as if everybody, not just the players, the crowd as well, still settling after a half-time break.
Yeah, 100%. The crowd's starting to get back into their seats for the second half, but Eagles are doing a good job of just maintaining, just staying focused right now. They can see the game is within reach.
Okafor makes them both. This one looks like it's going to go all the way down the wire. Evie and Taylor right into each other here. Menzies sets the screen. That's a big screen to set. They go to a drive-in movie, a screen that's that big. Boardman Raffay, great steal by Cole Long.
Oh!
Boardman Raffay is called for the foul. Brilliant steal from Cole Long.
Yeah, brilliant steal there from Cole Long. Just being in the right place in the right time, being in that gap. Exactly what Coach Stuttle probably told his guys at halftime. Try to close these gaps down a little bit because a lot of three-point shots aren't being taken and are also not being made.
Absolutely. There's another three-point shot going up, but not made. Boardman Raffay takes the rebound. Ball inside to Menzies. Has he been called for 3 seconds there?
He has been called for 3 seconds, and it's the right call. The unfortunate part about that is Flynn did not see Aaron posting up in that situation, which is unfortunate for the Riders, because he was there for a little bit before that call.
A call which will please Mark Stuttle. He was asking for it quite a bit in the first half. Clark for three, he's good. Mitch Clark finds a three-point bucket. Has the lid about come off it, final.
And I love Mitch Clark. I love every time he scores, he gives that look to Coach Stuttle like, this is exactly what you brought me here for.
I think the other thing as well about Mitch Clark is it's like he puts the bucket in and his first thought is not, I've knocked down a three, it's get back on defense.
100%, 100%.
And there's another foul at the other end, I think was on Gus Okafor.
I think it was.
That's his first foul on Johnson as he drove to the basket. Yep, it's Gus Okafor.
And it looked like he was caught in just two minds there, Jeff. I think Gus could have just stood his ground a little bit and taken that charge. But nevertheless, Johnson with aggressive take and going to the free throw line for two.
A little bit of a problem with the moisture removal technician. Just getting a mop on the floor. Referee's checking it out. Players checking it out. She sits down. Johnson to the line. Eagles sneaked in front at 39-37, leading the quarter 8-3. Johnson makes another one from the line. 4 of 5 at the moment, making that 5 of 6. Makes them both. 39-39. Onward we go. Rayshawn Taylor, he hasn't been able to get to the basket. He's been well guarded by Johnson and Evie. This time Evie knocks the ball dead at the end line. It'll be Eagles ball.
Yeah, I think you have to give a lot of credit to Johnson tonight. He's doing a fantastic job of guarding Rayshawn Taylor, one of the best scorers in this league.
Yeah, he's only got 5 points tonight. So Eagles doing a great job on Boardman Raffay. Leicester doing a great job, particularly Keedy Johnson, on Rayshawn Taylor. Menzies inside. His first look is always out, isn't it?
100%. I would have loved to see Menzies go up with that 4-on-5 here for the Riders, but unable to convert. And it looks like Rayshawn Taylor has a bit of a gimp to him right now.
Hammond goes strong at the basket but can't make it, and Duku takes the rebound. You have to watch that Rayshawn Taylor, see whether, yeah, he's definitely hobbling. And Duku's pass meant for Johnson is picked up by Okafor. Clark brings it up. Taylor is definitely struggling. Okafor's going to go hard.
Good defense there.
Yeah, and Duku stood hard, didn't he? Stood tall. Evie, oh, nice spin move. But he can't again make the basket. Lovely spin move, but the finish wasn't as lovely. Nice pass. But Cole Long's 3 is off. I think they may be some extra shooting practice needed for both sides at this end. Boardman Raffay.
Yeah, and it's that point of the season.
Referees are going to just talk about this because everybody thought it had been deflected. They're going to have a chat about it. Not sure if Rayshawn Taylor is really struggling. Looks like it's possibly his hip.
It's definitely that point of the season, Jeff. Bodies are sore. Everybody is sore.
Yeah, and referees have come together and changed the call. And we talked about it being a defensive game, and it's very much so. Is it a defensive game, or is it just teams missing shots? It's only 8-5 to the Eagles at the moment. That's going to be an offensive foul on Johnson. Elbow straight into the face of Terrell Burden.
And the positive take here is that both teams aren't scoring. Both teams are struggling to put the ball in the basket. But you still have a chance with 4:55 to leave your mark on this basketball game. A lot of stops as Terrell Burden comes in and gets a vital stop for his group.
Disadvantage and an advantage of being that small, as you can get elbows in the face quite a lot. Good for your side, not so good for you. Burden trying to work long, working hard inside. Again, shot is off. Bledson, good defense. We keep saying that a lot. Good defense.
Yeah, this is, we got to contact Dan Relich for this stat, but this might be the most lower scoring game we've seen all year.
Well, there mustn't be many lower than mine. And Duku now playing point guard. Boardman Raffay trying to direct traffic. Akinsingu inside with Joyner for 3 is no good. Burden rises to the highest, takes a good rebound. Back to Clark. Clark will shoot the 3. Guess what? No good. I have to stop saying that no good all the time. I have to find something else to say. Let's make some threes, guys.
And it was
help me out.
We do like that, though. That's a good shot there from the Eagles. Obviously, in transition, Mitch Clark has shown that he's more than capable of making that three. Mike Joyner in the right place.
He's Mike Joyner in the right place at the right time to put it in, but the guy who made that possible is what you said, was Akinsinku with a great offensive, well, not quite a board, but interruption, wasn't it? He managed to get the ball back to Joyner.
He's playing with so much confidence right now. You can't tell, as I keep alluding to, that he's the youngest on the floor, but you cannot tell at all. He's playing so hard and just battling with whoever comes in his path.
Burden it is at the moment. Faced by Bledson. Josh Ward-Hibbert goes to the basket, kicks it out. Burden thought about the three. He kicks it out, Okafor. And it is Mitch Clark. I think they thought that one was going in, but it didn't.
But again,
good ball movement.
Great ball movement there.
Akinsinku inside. Bledson is good for two. Just nudges the Riders in front by 4. (8-9) in favour of the Riders this quarter. Ward-Hibbert for 3. That looks good and is good. That's going to help you. Takes it back to within a point.
And the Eagles got to be aware of Tomo Day down there. Good defense there for Josh Ward-Hibbert, though.
Once again, Boardman Raffet is stopped. Oh, what a great steal that was by Bledson, but then Long comes back with a steal of his own, finds Okafor, he finishes. Eagles on a little bit of a roll there. 3, then a 2, and a couple of stops. 44-43. 2:11 to play. The job the Eagles are doing on Boardman Raffet is absolutely excellent. And again, Bledson throws one away. We can't give this guy room in the court. He drops it off to Ward-Hibbert, who we talked about just after half-time. Ward-Hibbert puts it in, and that's timeout Leicester.
And that's defense leading the offense for the Eagles. You love to see it. A big few possessions to be able to recapture this lead as we get into the final minutes of the third.
And we'll see the last 3 plays here coming up for the Eagles on the highlight reel. Burden Jr. getting it in, kicking it out. Ward-Hibbert 4-3 is good. Then the steal by Long at the offensive end. He finds Okafor inside and a great layup off the glass. And the last one, Burden off the races, behind the back pass. Ward-Hibbert on the trail and a great finish again by Josh Ward-Hibbert. Josh Ward-Hibbert up to 11 points personal. Gus Okafor 13 points. Josh Ward-Hibbert 11 points for the Eagles in double figures. For Leicester, it's Keedy Johnson with 15 points and Travis Evie with 10 at the moment. So Leicester talking things over. Eagles on a little bit of a run. Quarter score, Eagles 15, leading it 15-9 in the quarter, and currently on a 7-0 run. So we're about to get back on the way. Bledson into Johnson. Placed by Burden. Ward-Hibbert all over Evie like a cheap suit. Evie going inside, outside. Burden comes across.
But that's the rotational help that you want, though, Jeff, honestly. And I'm sure Coach Tudor will be happy about that when he reviews this film. That rotation, exactly what they've been lacking a little bit in that first half.
Okay. Eagles bench thought it had got out off the Leicester player. Bledson is... Well, Bledson is bailed out because that wasn't a very good three-point shot. but unfortunately Kosovo just caught him on the arm as he shot it. So he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, the percentages of the shot obviously go down once you hesitate, and he definitely hesitated. So unfortunate foul there from Gus Okafor, but a good sale by Bledson.
I was going to say, I don't like to be wise after the event that he hasn't looked confident shooting all night, but yet he's an 81% free throw shooter. Not been in the league very long, makes the second.
I think we can give him 80, Jeff, if he makes this one, can't we?
Oh, officially it'll be 66%, 66.666.
I was testing out your math there just to see if you're still here with me.
But he makes 2 or 3, and that gets the Riders back to within 1. And it looks like Rayshon Taylor is okay because he's about to come back on court. In the substitution chair, Burden. Oh, well, Burden did well there because he lost the handle but managed to knock the ball to Okafor. Inside to Ward Hibbert, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Well, let's delegation of the highest corner by umpire Curl. Right in front of it, and he looked at his partner Unsworth, and Unsworth gave it to Leicester, and then they've now discussed it and changed the call. And I think Mark Stuttle has called a timeout with 1:13 to go, 46-45 on the score chart. They lead. He'll want to call some kind of a play here, just give them something to go into, hopefully, the final quarter. Leicester disputing the call. Yeah, here's the top 3 scorers. We're just having a look at it. It's not so much about the top scorers, it's about the percentage-wise as well. Award him at 57% and 11 points, that's pretty good. And even 40% is not too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad at all. Honestly, Josh is playing the best for the Eagles right now. Backus is also doing really well. And then on the other end, Johnson has done a fantastic job of being able to get to the free throw line. I think the majority of his points are coming from the free throw line. But the aggressiveness that he's playing with is leading to these baskets, and it's working in his team's favor. So, long way to play. 1 minute 13 left in this quarter. We'll see how these teams respond.
Yeah, Keedy Johnson 6 or 7 from the line, just to bail out their run. And what's interesting on those Leicester top 3 scorers, Noah Flynn, Boardman, Raphael.
Yeah, the Eagles have done a fantastic job of being able to just limit him to uncharacteristic performance, really and truly, that relative to what we've seen late, and you got to give credit to them for that. I don't think he's attempted a shot this half, and if he has, then it was early in the third quarter. Haven't seen much of him in this second half yet.
Yeah, Bourne Raphael currently on the bench, and there's John Taylor, who's struggled a little bit tonight as well, but his fadeaway jump shot, he was 1 for 6 before that. He made it 1 for 7, but he was fouled by Johnson, so he will shoot 2. Johnson comes out, and Duku coming in. I think that was Keedy Johnson's 3rd foul. Yeah, it was, yeah. Taylor on the line, knocks the first one down.
And what a shock. That's only his 6th point of the game here, Jeff. And this is somebody that's averaging close to 20 points a game a night. So a rough night across the board for both teams with their leading scorers.
Up to 7 points now. Oh, that could have been a foul either way. I think Evie certainly was there. Akinsiku, Evie though, does well, gets to the basket, lays it in.
Up until that point, this entire quarter, the Eagles have done a good job of keeping Evie on his right hand. He is a tough task when he is on his left hand, as we see Terrell Burden Jr. take a little bit of a slippage and turn the ball over. But if the Eagles can do a better job of limiting Evie getting downhill in his left hand, I think they'll be in a better position.
Yeah. Terrell Burton hasn't scored tonight, and he's been in a bit of foul trouble, we realise that, but he hasn't scored. He's got 4 assists though. Evie drives to the basket, good hands by Sauvé Kande.
And that's a perfect example right there, as you see Cole Long making the adjustment of sending Evie to his right hand, and good things will happen for your defense if you do that. You got to be able to make those in-game adjustments.
Gotta love it when your players follow the scout report.
100%. And it's harder than it looks, obviously, because a lot of ball screens are coming into play, and a lot of different actions are getting him back to that strong hand. But if you can do a good job of limiting that, you'll be in a good position.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Burden has to go inside. It's met by everybody. The on the buzzer heave is after the buzzer. And we finish with Newcastle having just turned it around. They were down 3 at the half. They're up by a point, so they win the quarter by 4. And it's 48-47 with 10 minutes left to play.
So much to play for here, Jeff, in this fourth quarter. Both teams obviously with a lot at stake, but we'll see which team is able to show themselves more in this fourth quarter and basically implement their style more in this fourth quarter.
Yeah. Probably just need to have a look as well. Just have a quick look up at Caledonia. Bristol up 14 in that game, 82-68 with 7 minutes to go. So Bristol are looking at it. So again, I think the percentages are going up slowly. But Eagles 93%. They've only missed 1 free throw. Leicester have missed 6. That makes a difference as well.
As of right now, because both teams aren't shooting so well, the free throw line is going to become a main concern for both teams, obviously, with this type of game. So the team that's able to make the majority of their free throws headed down the stretch in this fourth quarter and potentially overtime, we never know, will be the team that I feel will come out on top.
You mentioned the O word. Why did you mention the O word?
I mentioned the O word because, honestly, Jeff, if you really take a look at it, you think about it, this is a playoff type of basketball game. Both teams struggling to score, both teams familiar with each other, both teams focusing in on the defensive end, and both teams not able to convert offensively makes for a playoff matchup.
The turnover count as well. Eagles only had 6 turnovers. Leicester have 15.
That is
again, testament to Eagles defense.
100%. I think that's 6 turnovers through 3 quarters is very, very impressive. And I think that if the Eagles continue to limit their turnovers and force Leicester to more turnovers, they'll have a better chance. Now we take a look at that turnover. Speaking of the turnover, 7 steals for the Eagles.
To 1, yeah.
7 steals. I'm curious how many of those are Josh Ford-Hibbert's.
I can get you that stat in a second, but the rebounding, it's definitely in Leicester's favour. You mentioned they had the size advantage inside. They've taken 14 more rebounds than the Eagles, 39-25. But as we said, the only stat that's going to matter is the one that prevails at the end of 40 minutes, and that's on the final score. Well, rather surprisingly, Josh Ford-Hibbert's only got 2 steals. Gus Okafor's got 3. Oh, a nice pass from Bledson. Great defense by Burden. Nope, it's going to be called a foul on 1 with a push. 2 shots. That'll be Terrell Burden's 4th foul.
That's a tough call there. I thought that was all ball there by Rayshon Taylor. As you take another look here, good movement from Mike Joyner. But yeah, just the body underneath from Terrell Burden Jr. caused that foul, sending Mike Joyner to the free throw line for 2.
Yep. You know, what always amazes me, Ron, when I'm not commentating, I'm watching the game, you think, oh, that wasn't a foul or that was a foul. When you're commentating on a game and you've got the benefit of replays, we have to be honest, the referees get a lot more right than the fans think they do.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, as they should.
Yeah, as they should,
yes,
absolutely.
Their vision and their perception of the play is a lot better than these fans who are sitting a couple rows back, let's say. But needless to say, though, the replay does help us a lot. And I'm, just like yourself, probably very appreciative of those replays.
Yeah. Now Joyner having to wait. The referee's just checking that the foul was recorded on Burden.
As Mitch Clark checks back in the game for Terrell Burden.
Terrell Burden was on, it's his fourth foul. Amazing to see him, he hasn't scored a point tonight. Joyner makes the first. And Joyner makes the second as well. So that puts the Riders back up by a point. As we get the final quarter, I nearly said the third quarter. Final quarter on the way. Okafor inside toward Hibbert. Nice turnaround, but he can't make the shot. Leicester clean it up.
And I love that offensive possession for the Eagles, just unable to obviously convert, but Josh Ward-Hibbert had himself a very good opportunity.
Akinsiku gets to the basket, but he can't finish. Eagles come away with it. Oh, Mitch Clark knew it. Oh, great rebound by Josh Ward-Hibbert, and the putback should be good. Basket is good. Fouls on Victor Nduku. Ward-Hibbert will go to the line to shoot 2. He's now up to 13 points personal. If he knocks this down, he will be leading the Eagles scorers. Third foul on Nduku. Menzies comes back in for Akinsiku. Menzies got only scored 4 points. Was only taking 3 shots. He got 10 rebounds though. Meanwhile, Ward-Hibbert, that's his 14th point of the night. 3 of 3 from the line, 4 of 7 from the field. Evie Bledson steps into the 3 and nails it. Absolutely nails it.
And that's a big shot there for Bledson. Obviously not taking many threes throughout the course of this game or seeing many fall for either team. That's an encouraging sight for the Riders.
Yeah, it's his second 3 and 1 of 2, 50%. Take 50% over the season. Go long for 3. I think Aaron Menzies might have got a piece of that. Certainly slowed it down, and Bledson thinks, well, I've got one, I'll try another one. I'm not so sure his coach will be happy about that, but...
Yeah, that's a big-time shot there with this tight of a ball game. Not mad at it, but I think you can get a better shot.
Okafor on Bledson. Out to Cole Long. He drives in, has to kick it out. Taylor from way downtown. In and out. Menzies pulls down his 11th rebound of the game. Travis Evie and Duco is good for, is that 2 or 3? Long 2. Yeah.
That's a nice, easy shot there for Victor Ndoku. Obviously got behind the defense and Mitch Clark in that situation.
What you've got to love about that is his only second shot of the game, and he made it. Ward-Hibbert goes in deep, can't get it, shot off, back out Okafor, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Great pass from Okafor. Ward-Hibbert is just too long. Cole Long though goes up and is not so much fouled as obliterated by Bledson as he goes up.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 for Cole Long.
One thing to notice here is how many shots is Aaron Menzies deterring, just changing, just by his mere presence being down low. As we take a look here, good move there, skip to Josh Ward-Hibbert, and anybody else in the league, Josh is running right to the rim in that situation, but Menzies there kind of causes a thought of concern.
Cole Long is good with the first. He's good with the second. Eagles now 16 of 17 from the line. Back to within a point. Leicester on offense. I think the backdoor cut by Mike Joyner was what Victor Nduku was trying to pick up, but just couldn't get the ball across. And then Nduku comes out, Johnson goes in.
An interesting Coach Paternoster still electing to keep Flynn on the bench with 6:52 left in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he must be simmering bored with Rafa. The Eagles have done such a good job on him, they probably want to make him count something else. Of course, Okafor did well to get to the basket, but then again, couldn't finish. Johnson, faced by Okafor, brings it back out. It's been Johnson and Evie who've been well. There's Evie for three, can't make it. Menzies got a hand to it, flicked it at the basket, but it didn't drop. Taylor, oh! There's a flying dunk from Dion Hammond, showing his hops from Taylor's pass. Puts the Eagles back up by one. That'll be a foul by Taylor. He knew it as well.
Great foul, though, by Rayshon Taylor. Again, you want to keep Evie on his right hand, and the ability for him to change direction and pace there kind of threw Rayshon off, but a great foul to stop that momentum.
Two reasons. One, it's on the floor, and two, it's only Rayshon Taylor's second foul.
It's a very smart foul.
Evie, Joyner into Menzies. Menzies faced by Okafor. Turn around. Okafor does well. And then Colon comes across and completes the defensive play by the Eagles. Okafor did really well against Menzies there. Stood tall, stood hard. Taylor wide open for three. Can't make it.
But I love that. I love that offense for the Eagles. Attacking the mismatch with Menzies. Rayshon Taylor for an open three. I'm sure Coach Tudor will be happy about that. Just not happy with the results.
Evie, Menzies really is getting space inside, but not really featuring as a scoring option. Travel called on Bledson. I wanted to say Bledson had a few turnovers. That's his fourth. Taylor having a look across at his coach, asking what he wants. Coach tells him. He calls it. Eagles moving. Hammond to Clark. Clark in the corner for three is no good.
There he goes again. There goes that no good, Jeff.
Yeah, no good. The thing about it also, again, it was good ball movement. It was a good shot.
I 100% agree. Those are the offenses that you can live with if you're an Eagles fan, but you can't live with that as a nice finish there from Keedy Johnson.
Yeah, Mitch Clark looking at his coach, is it to say, where was my help? Clark into Hammond, he's going to shoot a three. In and out.
And this zone is doing wonders here for the Leicester Riders.
5 of 29, the Eagles now. Keedy Johnson seems to be heating up, and Mark Sutton's recognised that and has taken a timeout. Yeah, Eagles shooting 5 of 29 from three-point range.
Yeah, that's not the recipe to win basketball games if you're not dominating from inside the paint. But it's only a 4-point basketball game here with 4 minutes left, so a lot of basketball to be played.
Yeah, Keedy Johnson with two nice plays coming up from Kenny Johnson, just getting inside to the elbow. Nice little elevation, good jump shot. And pretty much the same sort of shot as well from the same place. And I think that's what Mitch Clark was saying. We've just let him do one, why have we let him do two? And that's, if you look at Mark Stuttle, he's very, very animated in the Eagles. Timeout, not really surprising.
Yeah, and it's do or die time for the Eagles here. 4 minutes left in a tightly contested game. They've done their part in being able to say that they've made this game close, but they gotta find a way to do a little bit more if they want to come out with a win.
So Leicester have that 3-point lead. Eagles will have the ball. We go on with Rayshon Taylor. Mitch Clark Rachel Taylor will shake, bake, bounce and jump. Kicks it out. Okafor for three is good. Good decision by Rachel Taylor.
Very simple and basic type of basketball. Get a paint touch, out for a three-point shot. Great offense out of that timeout for the Eagles, but can they get a stop?
Level the game at 58 all. Menzies does well. Johnson is short. Menzies tries for the tip, can't get it, and knocks the ball dead himself.
As the Riders take out Menzies and elect to go back small. Interesting to see here, will they play and stay in this zone or will they go to man?
I'll let you call that, Ron.
I'm gonna go man, that's why they went small.
Yeah. Okafor for three again. Just off to the right. Johnson takes the rebound, brings it up. Travis Evie to Bledson. Oh, a nice pass from Bledson, but Evie can't take it. Once again, the Eagles get there first. Bledson, though, makes the stop, and Evie is back again, knocks down the three.
That's a big-time shot, Jeff. Big-time shot.
Again, puts them up by three, 2:40 to go. Eagles, I'm about to tell you, have to win this game, really have to win this game, because Bristol have won up at Caledonia by 91 to 82. Gus Okafor, realising that, drains one from the corner. He's now up to 19 points personal. Leading the Eagles scoring, leading the game scoring. With Katie Johnson, who's also got 19. Lots of contact inside. Katie Johnson finds Joyner, and this time offensive foul is called.
And the passion right there from Mitch Clark, exuberating through with that stop. I love his activity there, Jeff. I hope we get another look. He was on the ball, left the ball, stayed in the vicinity, and was able to put his body on the line and take a big-time charge.
It's something Mitch Clark is top at, taking charges. Mitch Clark, who's been rewarded for his efforts this year with another year next year.
Oh, has that already been confirmed?
Yeah, it's been confirmed, yeah. Rayshon Taylor, step back three. Just off. Yeah, confirmed that the Eagles had a supporters night, and it was announced there that Mitch Clark will be back next season. I think it's a move very, very popular with the Eagles fans. Meanwhile, back at the game, 61-61. Leicester on offense. Bledson, nice pass inside. And Duku rolls around the rim and drops off, but he was fouled by Cole Long, his third. And Duku will go to the line to shoot two. It's his first trip to the line tonight.
Very good free throw shooter, though, Victor Ndoku is. Not sure about this season exactly.
76%.
But
pretty much take that, won't you?
Pretty good free throw shooter.
Knocks the first one down, nothing but net.
Loud and proud, make some noise!
And makes the second. Advantage Leicester, 1:17 to go, 63-61. Leicester drop right away back. They allow Rayshon Taylor to let the ball roll. Hammond coming inside. Johnson looking for him. Taylor on Evie. Is able to get to the basket this time and lay it in. Throws Evie to the ground afterwards as well. Kenny Johnson's going to get to the basket though. And is it a foul as well? Is it an and one?
It is an and one.
It is. Basket is good. The foul is on Dion Hammond, I believe. Keely Johnson can go to the line to shoot one. 6 or 7 from the line.
And just the lack of focus there from the Eagles in transition. Leicester being able to take it full advantage of that and convert.
Yeah, it was a great basket by Rayshon Taylor, but Leicester were at the other end in a flash. Well, Johnson's been the one guy from the free throw line that's been pretty solid for Leicester, 7 of 8. And we've got another 3-point gap as we're inside the last minute. Great defense by Leicester. Eagles having to go deep into the shot clock. Clark's lost it. Clark's coughed it up. Leicester very nearly coughed it up.
And the Eagles don't need to foul here, as there's a 4-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock.
Leicester going to take every second they can. I think Evie will go. He will go. And he doesn't get there because Okafor slams it home. No foul here is not needed. Taylor knocks the 2 down. And a timeout is called by Rob Paternoster. If I'm Rob Paternoster, I'm terrified as Taylor's going to the basket and thinking my player's going to foul him. It'll be on 1. It could be level.
And I think that's, if you look at Coach Stoodle's face right now, I think that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted that foul to be called. As we take another look here. Yeah, it's
one of them ones, isn't it? Could have been called quite easily.
It's definitely worth an argument, for sure.
So we have 10.3 seconds left. Leicester have the possession. Will Eagles foul or will they try and steal?
Oh, go for the steal first,
yeah,
for sure. But if not, you got to foul right away. But the key is you got to foul the right person. And I think if I take a look over there, I'm pretty sure Flynn is now being inserted and back into the ball game because of how well he shoots free throws. Actually, no, he's not. Take that comment back. Coach Paternoster is staying with the same lineup.
Well, they've missed 6, but Joyner's only missed 1. Bledson's missed 2. Flynn Bowman Raffay's missed 2. Johnson's only missed 1. Evie is perfect from the line, 3 of 3. And then Druko, 2 of 2. So take your pick your poison.
Not a lot of options is what I heard, Jeff. Not a lot of options.
Especially with the guys on the floor. You look, Bledson 3 from 5 is going to inbound it. I would think he's going to try and find either Evie or Johnson.
I'm going to take a wild card guess and go Ndoku on the comeback. Off this double stagger. Triple stagger, excuse me.
I like a brave man. I like a brave man. Well done, Ron. So here we go, 10.3. And Mitch Clark went crashing to the ground. Mark Stuttle asking if he's on the ground. Mark Stuttle needs to be careful here. He really needs to be careful. Roberto Foy gets up and says, oh, it's all right, I'll go and talk to him.
He's got to keep the peace.
Yeah. He's done a lot of that this season. So, Travis Ely, 3 for 3, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He's missed one. He's missed one.
Do you take a timeout if he makes it, if you're Coach Stoodle? That's the question.
I think he probably does. No, he doesn't. Doesn't take it. 65-67. Rayshon Taylor going all the way and makes it. And we're going to have what Ron Plain called about 10 minutes ago. We're going to have overtime, baby.
The basketball minds have come through for me, guys. I foresaw this in the third quarter.
And what's the score? 67-67, 6-7, 6-7.
There you go, Jeff. I didn't think you knew what that was. This place is coming to life. Hopefully it gives some energy to the Eagles roster right here.
Can we take time, though? not trying to show any bias, but what a play by Rayshon Taylor.
It's a fantastic play. Honestly, I think Rayshon has been very hobbled and injured this entirety of this game. And this is the fastest I've seen him move the entire game.
Coast to coast. And then a little push ball out in front. And what a finish. What a finish.
A fantastic play by a fantastic player. I expect nothing less. Big overtime period coming.
So now it's about managing your benches, managing your fouls. So we're going to go have a look at the leading scorers in the game. So just having a look at the top scorers here. Yeah, Gus Okafor 19, Josh Waterman 14, Rayshon Taylor 13 for the Eagles. Keely Johnson leads all scorers of the game, 22 big ones. And Travis Evie was 16 and Xavier Bledson for 10. You know, sometimes people look at the end of the game and think, oh, he missed a free throw there, or he missed a two there. But it's not about that really. It's the 40 minutes, and in 40 minutes, 67, and the Eagles get us underway in overtime. Cole Long for three. His shot is off. Mitch Clark got a hand on it, but he couldn't push it in. Evie comes away with the ball. Evie dribbling, giving it in Duco. Johnson comes a long way off the screen. Up for two is short. And Duco almost got the rebound, but Clark is there for the Eagles defensively again. Gives it to Taylor. Leicester very much aware of Taylor's ability to go downtown. His coast to coast was what tied the game with 3 seconds left to go. And he's up there again. Doesn't make it, but a great offensive rebound by Cole Long. But he can't make it, and then Taylor almost got the put in and just fails to make it. Man, oh man, what a game this is. It may not be a game for the offensive purists, but it's certainly exciting. Bledson, great pass, and Duco, good step to the basket, and an excellent left-handed finish. Mitch Clark at the other end, misses his own shot, but gets his own rebound, and is able to put it in. Where he goes 69 each way. Travis Evie now stepping up. I'm just pleased I'm not a betting man, because I wouldn't like to put money on either side for winning this game. Here's Bledson, nice spin move off the backboard, it doesn't go. Gus Okafor takes the rebound. 3 minutes left to go. Both teams have scored one basket each in overtime.
With the pop of the Eagles right now, they're playing with a little bit more pace, which has kind of been what's missing throughout the course of this game.
Taylor step back three is good. That's his trademark. That's his trademark right here. And it's also a trademark late on in the game. It didn't get much later than overtime. He's now up to Johnson to reply. That ball has gone out of play. Johnson's pass to Joyner was not good enough. Johnson's had to step out of play to take it. We talked about Rayshon Taylor not getting his average. He's now up to 16 points.
Yeah, it's slowly starting to become a night that we're accustomed to seeing from him. But big possessions here down the line. Eagles really needing to score here.
Eagles looking to Taylor. Okafor setting screens. Taylor trying to isolate. There he goes. Flicks it out. Brilliant pass. Well, quite how the Eagles didn't come up with a basket, I don't know. Cole Long, excellent offensive rebound, but he didn't miss the putback. Gus Okafor, offensive rebound, missed the putback, but they still managed to get the ball. And Taylor misses his three.
And Cole Long has to get some flowers there. He's fighting down there, trying to get every possession for his guys.
Evie is up for the floater.
And Coach Stoodle has to keep a calm head here.
Yeah. Coach Lishman's out of his box quickly just to calm Mark Stoodle down. The call was very late. But just looking at it, probably was the right call. Long's jumped into him there.
Definitely was the right call there.
Foul is on Cole Long, his 4th foul. Travis Evie going to the line. Of course, he missed crucial free throw in regulation. First one he'd missed. Makes this one. Eagles obviously got that extra point lead because of the 3 from Taylor. 1:38 to go. Is it going to be a 2-point? It's a 1-point game again. 72-71, 1:38 feels like an awful long time in this game. Taylor in control. Clark, hands off. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Rayshon Taylor. I think that was a pretty easy one to call, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that was an obvious one. But the defense here has to pick up for the Eagles. They got to buckle down.
It's obviously 5 against 5, but it feels as if it's Evie versus Taylor at the moment. Evie goes in strong. His turnaround hook shot is very, very good. And he makes it and puts Leicester back up by a point as we tick down to the final minute of overtime. Is Ron Blaine going to call double overtime, or has Jeff King just called it?
I'm kind of smelling it, Jeff. I'm not going to lie. I can see a double OT.
Gus Okafor. Taylor wanting a foul. Kenny Johnson almost comes up with the steal. But Rayshon Taylor makes it all the way to the basket and lays it in. 2 big possessions coming up here. Oh, Bledson was left wide open by the Eagles. Nobody within 5-10 foot of him, and he's knocked down the 3 to give him a 2-point lead. Taylor's going to go hard, and he's fouled by Evie.
And again, this is the same issue that caused the Eagles problems in the end of the 4th quarter. Again, the ability to not match up in transition. As we take another look at the foul on Evie.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
But the ability to not match up in transition has led to another easy basket for Bledson, who does a fantastic job of knocking down that 3-point shot.
Taylor on the line. 2 to tie the game. Makes the first. Makes the second. As usual, rock solid from the free throw line. 6 of 6. Mitch Clark giving the defensive assignment on Travis Evie.
Mitch Clark has to be careful here. You do not want to foul.
Evie's had a quick look at the clock. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Nice switch by Okafor. Evie from long, long range has missed. 2-1. He shoots from halfway. It doesn't go. Double overtime. We called it.
Mate, you gotta be listening if you're tuned into this basketball game right now and you rewind that tape 45 seconds, Jeff King and I called another overtime. We're 2 for 2 on the overtime calls, but I promise you, this will be the last one and the Eagles have a chance to come out on top.
Rob Paternosters had to be hauled back by his coaches. Yeah, Paternoster had to be pulled back by his coaches. I tell you what, though, I mean, you can't knock the emotion and the commitment from both sides.
You definitely can. I mean, again, this is a playoff-style basketball game. The fans are into it. The players are into it. both coaches are into it, Jeff. We've been in for a treat this evening, and it's a lot in store for the next overtime with 5 minutes left to play. I've already gone through 3 waters.
I'm trying to limit myself on the water because of you know what. Rayshon Taylor's done a fantastic job for the Eagles. There's the phrase, Bretson's 3. Wow.
What a big-time shot.
It was a big-time shot.
Being able to step in and make that shot. The confidence to take that shot with so little time on the clock says so much about Bledson, and as well as the trust his coaching staff have in him.
What's your take on Bowman, Raphael? Do you think it's just that he felt that the Eagles it locked him down?
No, I definitely don't. I think he's definitely injured. You can tell he's taken a couple bumps and bruises throughout the course of this game. And I think he signaled very, very discreetly to his coaching staff early in that third quarter that he's not feeling it right now. And yeah, you have to, and coaches have to make the adjustments because of that. Oh, what do we have here, Jeff?
Oh, he's missed it. So this must be what Rob Paternoster was talking about, okay? So, yeah.
So was there a technical?
It obviously must have been called after the time had expired. Otherwise, the free throw would have been for the game. But Taylor's missed it. So we're going to start at 76-76, which is 6-7, 6-7 the other way around. Johnson shaking, Bacon gets it to Joyner. Joyner's 2-point shot almost goes in. Taylor takes the rebound. Johnson bumps him, but nothing called. Taylor's going to go again. Steps back. Cole Long for 3 is good. Big 3 from Cole Long, but wow, still 4.5 minutes to go.
So long. We've been here already before, Jeff. We know that 3 points is no big lead in this ball game.
Well, if you've come tonight for the first time, I'm sure you're really enjoying this. Well, that's good work by Nduku because Bledson missed the layup. Nduku was there to clean up. Eagles are up by a point. 79-78.
We've seen Rayshon Taylor click into a different gear.
His 2-point shot is off. Joyner takes the rebound. Looked a bit reluctant to bring the ball up, but he's managed to do it and gives it to Kenny Johnson. Terrell Burden's on, and that's going to be an and one, and I think that may be bye-bye Terrell Burden. Brought back on for the second period of overtime, and fouls. There's 5 fouls, no points. Four assists.
Yeah, tough day in the office there for Terrell Burden Jr. Obviously giving it all he had this evening. And sometimes the points just don't come in your favor. That's basketball.
Kenny Johnson makes the and one. He's 8 of 9 from the line, 23 points, maybe 25 points actually, I'm not sure. Waiting for the stats to catch up. But it's now Leicester who have edged in front by a couple. Okafor for 3. It's off the front of the rim. Joyner's taken another rebound. He's suddenly joined the rebound party. Johnson, nice and measured as he comes over halfway and gets into his action. Looking for somebody to come off for him. Comes off Mitch Clark. Mitch Clark couldn't have played that much tougher.
Not at all. Very good
better
defense.
offense.
Very good defense from Mitch Clark. But a better shot.
4-point the gap. Yeah, Kendrick Johnson up at 25 and knocking that one down as well. Rayshon Taylor for 3. Hits the front of the rim again. Eagles just gone cold at the wrong time. Kenny Johnson taking the ball all the way to the basket. And the foul is called on Mitch Clark. Keely Johnson up to 27 points personal.
Having himself a day.
He's also got 6 rebounds. And he will shoot 2 here to try and get himself to 29 points. Travis Evie with a double-double as well, Ron. 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Wow, he's on the triple-double watch right now, Evie is.
9 of 10 now. That's 9 of 10. That must be about 90%. If he makes it 10 of 11, that's over 90% on the night. 10 of 11's a heck of an effort from the line. So the Eagles down 6 now, 2.5 minutes to go. Gus Okafor. Nice hesitation, good move by Okafor. He comes back with 2. He's up to 21 points personal. Bledson, cross court to Nduku. Leicester really trying to play the clock. But if you play the clock, you've got to do what Keely Johnson's just done. And that is Keely Johnson is absolutely taking the Eagles to task. And Mark Sutler has to call a timeout as the Leicester Riders get into a 6-point lead at 87-81.
That's a big-time bucket there by Keely Johnson. I got caught myself just marveling in how big of a shot that was for him. Wow.
Again, he got that set, you know, they took the time, but he was calm, he was cool, he was collected, and he knocked it down. Got the separation he wanted, and knocked it down. So
Yeah,
Mark Stuttle, what can he be talking about? 2 minutes, he's now got 6 points to make up.
Yeah, it's still all to play for here at Newcastle. Obviously, you can't get it all back in one possession, but it's only a 2-possession basketball game, Jeff. And with one 3-point shot, we can see the whole place, the whole thing of this game change, really and truly.
Keely Johnson on 29 points now. Xavier Bledson as well is up to 13. He's in double figures for the Eagles. And sorry, I was waiting for that to go on. It hadn't gone on. Keely Johnson up to 31 now. Not hard to see who would be the MVP of the night if Leicester hold on.
Yeah, easy decision in Leicester's eyes.
I'll tell you, here's a stat for you, Ron. And if I can get this stat out here, I should get it out. It's quite an unbelievable stat, I think, as well. Oh, and that could be the death knell. Both sides have scored 20 points in each overtime period, which is more than the managed in any one of the 4 quarters.
And you can tell that, though, the pace in which they're playing has obviously increased as another wide open 3.
And he's knocked it down. And the Eagles basically walking it back up now. Leicester up by 9. Bledson with another 3. He's up to 16 personal. Rayshon Taylor will keep trying to go. Cole Long takes an offensive rebound and a score. Referees want the court mopped. Yeah, Rayshon Taylor now up to 22 points. Sorry, that was Cole Long, wasn't it, scored that. He's now in double figures on 11. He's got 9 rebounds as well. But if you play 50 minutes, your stats are going to go up, aren't they? Simple as that.
100%.
Just having a quick look across the board to see who's played the most minutes. Gus Okafor has played 45 minutes and 10 seconds. A bit more than that now. He's played the most. The foul is committed by Dion Hammond. He did go and say something to the referee who did think about it. 2 shots coming up. For Travis Evie. Well, it looks like it's going to be disappointment again for the Eagles.
3 straight at home. It's a tough way to go out, especially as the postseason is looming.
Means they have to go to Bristol and win on Sunday. Evie and Johnson have been excellent for Leicester. Evie is 8 of 9 from the line, Johnson 10 of 11. You mentioned free throws could win the game, and it's a 9-point gap now. Goes Okafor out to Cole Long. He will attack the basket, but he's left the ball behind. Travis Evie says, no, I'm not going to give you it. And that's a foul by Taylor. Three on the arm. Eagles fans leaving in droves, I'm afraid. They've given their side up here. I want to pay credit though, as much as being with the Eagles organisation for over 25 years, I have to give credit to Leicester Riders and Rob Paternoster for what they've done this week. Short-handed roster, much changed roster, and they've beaten the 4 seed twice, and now they've beaten, or pretty much looks like they've beaten the Eagles now. They're up by 10 points. It's been a fantastic week, 4 games in 7 days as well.
Completely agree, and rightfully so. They deserve all the credit in the world for how they've been able to orchestrate this particular group and find success within this group as they head into the playoffs. And
they've done it without Flynn, Boardman, Raffet as well. Yeah, the Eagles' shot from Okafor is off. And Duke brings it over the halfway.
Yeah, and it looks like the Eagles are waving a white flag.
Mitch Clark trying to get a foul, but he's not getting one. Kenny Johnson misses the shot. Hammond misses the 3. Bledson takes a rebound. Clark, though, he keeps going. Taylor long in the corner. It's good. Too little, too late, though, I'm afraid, for the Eagles. Evie will just run it out. And they're over the halfway. And that finishes it. It finishes after double overtime. 94-86. An excellent win for the Leicester Riders. They really have put the throttle down in this last week, and they take a win which could get them up to 6th or even possibly 5th. They've got 1 game to play at Cheshire on Sunday. That won't be an easy game, but the form they're in, nobody will want to play them in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, 100%. This team is clicking on all cylinders, and they've had enough time to be able to mesh together, and they've done that really well. So a really good win here for the Leicester Riders as they move on to Sunday.
Yeah, and it has to be Sunday for now for the Eagles. It'll be do or die Sunday. And when I say do or die, they will still make the playoffs, but it's that 8th place, isn't it? So we're going to have a quick look at the end of game stats. Do we get paid overtime, Ron? So yeah, Leicester's, well, their percentages right across the board, apart from free throws, is better. 57 rebounds, 45. But they came good, didn't they, in the end with their free throw shooting. Was really they upped their free throw shooting. Eagles only missing 2. 3 points, 10 of 45. 45 3-point shots.
And I think that's the game right there. I think the Eagles had to kind of change their identity when they weren't making threes, and they failed to do that this evening. And Leicester was able to just grind out another tough win after the back of, like you already stated, a long week.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ron. We talked about the free throws. So we're going to give you some highlights, particularly late on. So we're going to put some highlights up for you. Long making a 3 there. One of only 10 that the Eagles made out of 45 they took. Keely Johnson, I think, if you watch him here as well, not only is he really good, but he kept giving it the Eagles bench as well. Look at that. Bledson, that was, well, good three-pointer. Yeah. So Boardman Raffay obviously must have got an injury. So again, you know, you look at the Leicester Riders, they've basically relied on Boardman Raffay with Evie and Johnson. But tonight it was Evie and Johnson with a little bit of Bledson thrown in, I think. So there you go. Surrey 89ers against London tomorrow night. But the other big win tonight was the Bristol Flyers taking a 91-82 victory over the Caledonia Gladiators, which means the Eagles have to go to Bristol and win if they want to get out of 8th position. Sheffield Sharks against Manchester Basketball. That'll be 3rd versus 4th. And Leicester Riders may well go to Cheshire Phoenix. Not really worried too much about that because they know they're not going to be 8th. They could still, though, get 6th. That may be something for them to aim for.
Or possibly 5th, like we said earlier.
Absolutely.
So, again, a lot to play for here this upcoming weekend. Obviously, Leicester took care of business here tonight and are looking forward to taking care of business on Sunday. And for your Eagles, there is still hope to avoid that 8th place spot. But it looks unlikely at this point, with Bristol Flyers coming away with the win this evening.
Okay, so I hope you stayed with us all the way. I hope you're not as tired as I am. And me and Ron have called 50 minutes of basketball, high intensity, high committed basketball. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. So it's good night from me.
And good night from me. Thank you guys for everything.
Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.